Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì yìí. Tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá ni, a fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ subscribe kẹ́ lè máa jẹ̀gbádùn gbogbo bó ṣe lọ lágbo òṣèré. Ó yá ẹ jẹ́ ká sojú abẹ nípò.
Ṣé rí situation tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀yọ́ state tí wọ́n jí àwọn èèyàn wa gbé ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́? Ó dẹ̀ kó ti ta gbogbo àwọn gómìnà wa jí ní south ni o. Àlójú nọ́dánà máa bó. Ó ti pẹ́ tó ti máa ń fi insecurity tó fi máa ń gbógun ti everybody nínú Nàìjíríà tí ò bá ti ṣe títí wọn. You see this particular one, iná fi sí náà. Ìwọ sáré wá gbọ́rọ̀ kó wá wu àwọn àṣírí ọ̀rọ̀. We will never negotiate with criminals or pay ransom. Governor Ododo reaffirmed as security forces rescue abducted NECO candidates in Kogi. Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has reaffirmed that his administration will not negotiate with kidnappers or pay ransom following the successful rescue of 4 people abducted from a purported NECO examination center in the Ekun local government area. I have said it before, and I want to reiterate that this administration will never negotiate with criminals or pay ransom. They may come into our state, but they will not return to where they come from, Ododo said. He also praised President Bola Tinubu for supporting security agencies in the fight against insecurity, saying, I want to commend Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for giving us all the support needed to defeat insecurity. We will not disappoint him in Kogi State. Tó já sí wípé ṣé rí situation tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ọ̀yọ́ state ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ṣe mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa la fárígá pé nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ni kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n demand fún, we are not going to pay ransom, we are not going to give you anything. A dẹ̀ máa gba àwọn èèyàn wa sílẹ̀. Ó ti wá tó gẹ́ báyìí. Ṣé mọ̀ wípé àwọn northern bí ẹ mọ̀ wípé gbogbo àwọn tó ń jíyàn gbé yẹn bíi northern governor wọn láwọn group wọn bẹ̀, àwọn northern emir sultan wọn ní group wọn bẹ̀, àwọn northern former army general wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀, former head of state wọ́n ní group títí wọ́n bẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn religious leaders, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn cleric, gbogbo wọn wọ́n ní group títí wọ́n bẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi ń gba owó burúkú lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Nigerians nítorí àwọn fẹ́ live large. Ṣùgbọ́n kó wá wo irú èèyàn tí wọ́n jẹ́ tí mo bá pe àkíyèsí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá sí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan this time around kí omi má tẹ̀yìn wọ̀ gbé wa lẹ́nu. Ṣé rí síà tó wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bí mo ṣe sọ, àwa lá ní síà yẹn sẹ́ẹ̀. Àsìkò tá a tún ní bàbá ńlá opportunity àwọn ọmọ ẹranko òtún àjíire Yorùbá láti fi pass powerful messages fún gbogbo àwọn every other ethnic tó wà ní Nàìjíríà wípé kí ni o ẹ máa gba àgbà ní bàbá Yorùbá lágbà gbogbo wọn. Yes, tí ò bá sí Yorùbá kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ wọn Nàìjíríà. Tẹ̀lé mi kó wá gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
When Buhari was in power, the North was quiet. Our people have been slaughtered. Our people have been kidnapped. Insecurity was everywhere.
Now the Yoruba people too are also keeping quiet now that their brother is in power.
Let me dawn on this. When I was in the Senate, each time I stood up to speak about the killings of my people, the kidnapping of my people, the first attack against from northern senators. Why should it be embarrassing our own? Why should we be talking our own? A traditional ruler in Katsina was suspended for raising issue of insecurity under Buhari administration. So you are not allowed to say anything to criticize him simply because he is House of Fulani like all of us here. The support for Peter Obi is tribal in most cases. Many of those who are supporting are people who come from his ethnic background. This is the way Nigeria is structured. And in Tinubu case,
I slightly disagree
hold on. In a case that we have here, in the southwestern part of Nigeria, despite that you see
a camera crew filmed an attack on Nigerian troops. It was supposed to be propaganda. Instead, it became evidence. The cameraman was killed, his camera was recovered, and what's on it is now the army's clearest look yet as who's really running this war. Here's why that matters. A Palestinian trainer, a Moroccan doctor, found inside one of Africa's deadliest terror groups. While everyone is talking about the attack that failed, almost nobody is asking who was standing behind it. So why are foreign specialists working inside an insurgency in a Borno forest? And what does that tell us about who's really keeping this fight alive? Stay with me. This changes how we should think about ISWAP. Let's start with what actually happened. It was Saturday night, July 11th, 2026. The location was Cross Kawa in Kukawa local government area of Borno State. fighters from ISWAP tried to sneak into a Nigerian military position under the cover of darkness. ISWAP stands for Islamic State West Africa Province. It's the group that split from Boko Haram years ago. It now controls parts of the Lake Chad region. That night, the troops of 19 brigades spotted the movement early. They opened fire. The attackers retreated after taking heavy losses. Later, satellite images saw the insurgents pulling out the bodies of their own fighters. Now here's the important part. A cameraman filming the attack for ISWAP propaganda was killed in the fighting. Troops recovered his camera. It was a simple Sony camcorder. And that camera is where this story really begins. Because what the army found on that footage wasn't just proof of a failed attack, it was proof of who's helping ISWAP stay alive. Let's look at what the army says was on that camera. According to a statement from the Nigerian army, the attack was coordinated by 4 senior ISWAP commanders. Alongside them were 3 foreign facilitators. One was identified as Abu Ishaq, a Palestinian Arab. The army says he served as ISWAP's overall trainer. The second was Abu Thaiba, a Moroccan Arab. The army describes him as a medical doctor working inside the terrorist network. A third foreign operative was also seen. His identity has not yet been confirmed. Now, before we go further, let's be clear about something. This is the Army's assessment. It comes from a forensic review of one recovered camera. It has not been independently verified by a court or a neutral body. We'll come back to that, but first, let's understand why this detail matters so much. Think about what a trainer and a doctor actually give an armed group. A trainer means better prepared fighters, sharper tactics, more effective attacks. A doctor means wounded fighters can be treated and sent back into battle. It means the group can survive longer even under pressure. In other words, this isn't just manpower, this is expertise, and expertise is much harder to replace than foot soldiers. Here's why this matters politically. For the Nigerian army, this is more than a battlefield story. It's a communication win. It lets the army say something it has said before, but now with names attached. It says ISWAP isn't just a local problem, it has outside help. That message matters because it changes how the war is understood, both at home and abroad. Now, let's talk about who benefits from that message. For international partners already involved in this fight, this is fresh justification to stay involved. Remember, back in May, Nigerian and American forces carried out a joint strike in the Lake Chad Basin. That operation killed an ISWAP commander named Abubakar Mainok.
A confirmed link to foreign fighters gives that kind of cooperation a stronger reason to continue. For political leaders in Nigeria's northeast, this is also useful. Security remains the single biggest issue for voters in that region. Every governor, every senator, every federal official representing Borno and its neighbors wants more resources for this fight. A story like this makes that case easier to make. Now, here's something quieter, but just as important. The army also said the attackers were trying to loot cholera-related medical supplies. That detail lines up with earlier intelligence reports of a cholera outbreak inside insurgent camps. Think about that for a moment. A group that some people imagine as purely violent may also be dealing with disease, with sickness, with the same basic survival problems as anyone else in a conflict zone. That foreign doctor may not just be treating gunshot wounds, he may be managing an outbreak. Now, let's step back and ask the harder question. Can we actually trust this claim? Here's the honest answer. Nigeria's military has, in the past, overstated victories in this conflict. Identifying nationality and role from a single recovered camera is not the same as a confirmed intelligence file. These names, Abu Ishaq and Abu Thaiba, are almost certainly aliases, not real identities, so some caution is fair.
Ṣé ti rí bó ṣe ń lọ? Tá bá ń sọ fún yín bí gbogbo oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ṣe ń lọ, wípé Nàìjíríà kò sí one Nàìjíríà kankan bí kankan. sàkámà jẹ àwọn nọ́dẹ́nà ní ẹ̀rí wípé àwọn náà máa ń pariwo wọ́n nàìjíríà ó yá sọ fún mi nígbà tó bẹ̀ tí ń bàdí wọn ìjọ wo ló tún gbọ́ lẹ́nu nọ́dẹ́nà kan tó tún lọ grant interview tó sọ pé wọ́n nàìjíríà is not negotiable àwọn gan ti ń rí idán wọ́n ti ń mọ scores wọ́n ti mọ bó ṣe ń lọ wípé wọ́n nàìjíríà yín wo ni ò wà negotiable níbi tá a bá ta ìjọba dé tó bá wá sọ wípé irọ́ ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí o máa ń gbọ́ látẹnu mi kí ló gbọ́ lẹ́nu former senator Sanni kí ló gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ ó ní dúrí Buhari regime 8 years ẹ̀gbáǹkó wọn bí ìyá nọ́dánà kankan re kó bọ́ síta kó wá condemn gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì wípé gọ́fìmẹ̀ntì Buhari o kò dá o insecurity o ó gbalẹ̀ kan o everybody wọn ò gbúdọ̀ complain emir tó complain ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rí bó ṣe yọ̀ dànù Soludo former CBN governor ṣe bó